Do you remember last year when women were discovering something about psychology and biology? It's like, oh my god, the female prefrontal cortex develops faster in women. On most average women, it develops at 25, and for men, it develops while they're in their 40s. The fun little tidbit that they were using as like a FU, women are smarter than men, they left out the fun fact that the more traumatized a woman is, or neurodivergent, or otherwise a woman is, the later in life her prefrontal cortex develops. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, the thing that women use as like a gotcha against men, be like, we're so much smarter than you, and we're so much more intelligent, and blah 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 blah, is just making fun of men for having a more traumatic raising than women.
A lot of y'all on this T app are genuinely boggling my mind because you sound like a female incel, and that's crazy to me. We need to do better. I'm gonna break it down for the people that don't understand. This is the tiers of dating. First is talking. That's such a cute word that we put it on. That means dating, okay? Dating doesn't mean you're exclusive. It means you're getting to know people, and you can get to know multiple people. This is the villa, babe. You can get to know multiple people. Below that, exclusivity. Going steady, like they used to say in the old days. Boyfriend, girlfriend. Y'all locked in, or whatever the fuck I call it, locked in. Underneath that would then be marriage, okay? You're up in tier 1, babe. And every time I've seen these comments on the T app, it drives me crazy. We were talking, we were texting. Like, that's all y'all got is some words. Y'all eating word candy. Y'all got cavities out the back of your asshole because you just eating up the words. He ain't take you on no dates. You can smash up aside like a smash burger. You expecting this man to be loyal to you and not, huh? You giving the milk for free. Why he gonna buy the cow? But don't get on.
Everyone is so shocked for the lady that is getting divorced because she's super bored. I'm not surprised at all, because I talked to so many women. To me, it was just absolutely normal, because I had a coworker, she got divorced because she lost weight. And that was exactly her reason. She said, I lost weight. I don't want to be with the same guy that I've been for 10 years. So, and I don't know. I mean, I didn't react anything. I didn't even know. At that time, I was very young. So she literally got divorced because she lost weight. I know another lady that is recently, I know that she got divorced because her husband was not helping her with the kids. That's it. There was no other reason. He was very big provider, always paid for everything. She was a stay-at-home mom. And getting divorced from a very boring husband is a very good reason, because if a woman is boring, what does men do? Men will never tolerate that, because men get bored very quickly. They want a lot of fun. They want this and they want that. So I'm not surprised she's getting divorced from a boring husband. No, because men do it all the time. And men don't even come up here and explain themselves to anybody. They just want to. That's it. They don't want to stay with this woman because she's not putting effort on herself. She's not losing weight. She's boring. They have all kind of excuses in their head. So I'm not surprised at all. I'm not upset with this lady. The people who are writing her comments, hate comments, is the people they got left out because they were effing boring. And that's the reason. So I don't understand. I meet women every day. They have reasons, and I don't feel bad at all. I'm like, go for it, because I don't feel bad for that man at all. No, I don't.
You guys really don't know when to be quiet, unfortunately for yourselves and your end goal, right? Because you just made the argument, a very good one, for an ironclad prenup. Y'all be talking about how y'all want men to love you and how you want men to care and all that other nonsense. But then you come out and say silly stuff like this. And then you wonder why men don't approach. They don't want to take care of you. They don't want to be a provider for you, because men don't mind doing that. They don't want to be bothered with you. And then you wonder, where are all the good men? Well, the good men have heard you loud and clear, and they stay away from stupidity. So maybe they're trying to steer clear for you.
Dating a man that you know other women find attractive is not for the weak. Because what do you mean you find him attractive? What do you mean? Don't touch him. Don't talk to him. don't even look in his direction. Otherwise, you're gonna get these hands.
No, because why would somebody kill my vibe by saying that us women trying to be content creators is equivalent to a man trying to be a rapper? I just got the ick for myself.
I see men freaking out today about that T app that I guess has been released, which if you don't know what it is, it's basically an app for women, and you have to be a woman to get on the app. Like, it makes you take a selfie to verify that you're a woman, and then you can go on and anonymously write stuff about men that you've dated or gone on dates with and their bad behavior. For one, as a millennial woman, I'm 33 years old, we've done this before. There was in fact an app that was like this back in the day. It wasn't as intense as this one was, but there was an app like this that did exist. From my understanding, this one's a lot more intense. Like, you can actually get background checks for men and things like that and find out if they have any criminal record. And while like I understand the arguments against the ethics of this, right? Like, you're digging into somebody's personal information and people could, I guess, like write whatever they want about somebody. But honestly, just even based off of my own existence and the existence of women around me and the experiences we've had with men, women's safety is basically never taken seriously, like even just on a baseline level. I mean, what was it? A month ago, there was that trend where women were showing what horrible and awful things men would say to women via voicemail or via text message, and all of these men were like, I don't know anyone that would say that. Where are you finding these men? And the reality of it is these are your friends, these are your uncles, these are your cousins, these are your brothers. And they refuse to believe that. And it's the exact same kind of sentiment when it comes to more serious things that happen to women, such as SA and DV. So in my opinion, at this point, it's kind of like the ethics of it. Women are the only ones that are going to keep other women safe. And anytime a woman is meeting up with a man that they don't know, there is a massive safety risk. And yeah, men could argue the same thing for them, but I wouldn't be against them wanting to look up if, you know, women have a criminal record or whatever. And we know for a fact that violence against men in the same manner is happening on a way smaller scale. And again, I would be okay with that. But if men had that type of app, it wouldn't be to report serious bad behavior. We know they'd be in there like, oh yeah, she was fatter than her photos, or she made me pay on the first date, and not actual things that, you know, are of serious concern. And my biggest thing to the people that are crashing out over it, it's like, maybe just don't be a piece of to women, or maybe don't commit crimes against women, and there would be no reason for you to be on the app. Like, it really is that simple. I mean, the one guy I saw already talking about it, I guess 3 separate women anonymously put this man on there for separate things, and he's like, I never, blah, blah, blah. 3 separate women did that. That's a pattern, my brother in Christ. Like, maybe take a second to reflect on your behavior instead of being mad that other women want to warn them of your behavior. And again, since no one else is gonna take violence against women and, you know, bad things happening to women seriously, I'm glad that at least somebody is.
So they want you to follow the rules. Don't record a woman. Don't be a creeper to a woman. Read the body language. Respect women. Make sure that whatever the woman says, you do it. You validate it. You honor it. I won't even go as far as simp, but whatever I say goes. Right? But now when a man says, I think as a man, you're violating my privacy, there should be some ethics around it. Yeah, but, you know, but the way I feel, my emotions and that whole thing, that trumps how you feel, right? That only gives men sort of, I want to say a foreshadowing into what's going to happen in the marriage or the relationship. So when a man, as men have been complaining about, says, I think that when you say this or when you do this, it makes me feel this way. Nah, I get what you're saying, but again, as a woman, my feelings and my emotions kind of trump yours because mine are more important and I'm the prize, right? You guys don't understand with all of your education, once again, just how silly you sound. Oh, it's men doing this. It's your brother, it's your uncle, it's your cousin, yada, yada, yada. Y'all don't seem to look at your girlfriends and say, hey, it's your girlfriend's lying. It's your girlfriend's falsely accusing men. It's your girlfriends, your moms, your sisters, your cousins, your nieces out here taking men to court, getting child support for a child that's not even his. Are y'all stopping that? No, because y'all don't care about that, because you don't see that as serious. I don't know a woman. I know all of these great single women, and a man is telling you she's not that great. I met her. I've talked to her. I've taken her out on a couple of dates now. But of course, it's a man's fault. But of course, most men are out here doing what you say they're doing, even though statistically speaking, that's far from the truth. Delete this video.
So y'all wanted to my qualm with some men, and like, don't worry, I'm gonna keep this brief, and I'm also well aware that it's some and not all. There are really good men out there, so. But I was walking to the deli today, right? And as I'm walking, this man is walking out, and he sees me, and he just freezes, and like, waits for me to open the door, proceeds to walk out, and goes, "Thank you." Mind you,
what are we minding? He didn't freeze. He saw you coming through the door, wanted to get out your way. If he's inside, think about this. If he's inside, and I know you get it, I know you understand it. If he's inside, he's going to push the door in your face. You would have to step back. So in order for him to do what he thinks is the more respectable thing, he stops, allows you to open the door so he's not opening the door into you. Now, you could, of course, as a man, push the door, hold it open, and wait for her to go inside. I've done that many times. I do that, right? But the man freezes. He let you open the door, and then you must have paused, and he said, "Oh, I appreciate that. Well, I was going to wait, but let me go ahead and walk through." You don't think that maybe that's what happened? But of course, according to women, men are trash, right?
Be careful what you wish for. Because I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom so bad. And now here I am at home with no job. And I can't even buy or shop for anything or even spend my money how I want to because your girl got no job. But this is what I wanted, right? This is what I had wished for. And now, I don't know. I need a job.
I was out with the most beautiful girl the other night, like gorgeous. And she's not intimidating. And she's smiling and blah, blah, blah. And literally, no guys approached us. Like, none.
Like, when I have a kid, when I'm older, daughter, I want her to be approached. Like, one day, when she's old enough, I also want my future son to approach. So, I just hate the shift, the world, the narrative.
Hey, so I fear I just may have dismantled the patriarchy just a little too much. I made a FO back in 2022, and I used to be so scared about what people would think about me, what men, like, saying I have no worth now, but that would mean a man is worthless if they're the one consuming it and lowering my value. Anyway, I digress on that. I have dismantled the patriarchy so far as to, I think FO, having somebody pay, is more empowering than having a boyfriend or like doing anything along those lines for free. And I can't figure out if that's a good or a bad thing. I'm not sure.
Empowering is crazy work. Anything and everything to use as a coping mechanism for your terrible behavior.
So this might trigger some of y'all, but y'all gonna be okay. All right, let's get into it. And understand, I'm not coming for you, sis. I'm coming from a place of love, but I'm not gonna hold your hand. Let's watch this video. A lot of y'all keep saying I'm not settling. I'm only accepting a man who's successful, who's rich, who's emotionally intelligent, who's healed, who's done the work. And I love that for you, believe me, I do. But I want y'all to flip it real quick. Y'all ever asked if that man is picking you? No, for real though, not the Instagram version of yourself. You, unhealed. You, who keeps ignoring her triggers. You, still picking chaos and calling it standards. What if the man you're praying for is praying not to meet you until you are evolved? Yeah, that one stung, didn't it? Because a lot of y'all keep screaming, I refuse to build with a man, and that's fine. But then y'all mad when the finished product doesn't choose you. Let's be real, ladies. A lot of men don't want a woman who wants to show up when the house is built. Some men want a woman who wants to pour the foundation, not just take pics in the living room. Sis, some of y'all are not settling. Y'all are just delusional. Yeah, I said that. Because I think deep down, some of y'all know if you were toe to toe with that high value man that you want so bad, you wouldn't even know how to receive him. You'd be sabotaging it. You'd second guess it. You'd run because you're not soft enough to handle stability. So I'm not saying that you don't deserve love, okay? What I'm saying is a lot of y'all need to stop demanding a healed man while you're avoiding your own healing. You want a man with discipline but still fight consistency. You want leadership but don't take correction. You want intentional love but ghost people who trigger growth. That man that y'all want at the finish line, he might be looking for something a little bit deeper than looks, a nice body, attitude, and vibes. And oh, just because you have your own money because we're adults who take care of adult responsibilities. The real question is, would he feel peace with you or pressured? Because the truth is, you can't skip the work and expect the reward. Again, a lot of y'all are saying, I ain't settling, but what if the version of you right now is what someone else has to settle for?
Guys, the dating scene is getting so bad in New York City that I am seeing on TikTok, there are girls going into Midtown during the week and stealing Finance Bros salads for lunch. And then looking their name up from the salad order on LinkedIn and then messaging them through there and being like, hey, oh my god, so sorry, I grabbed your salad, like, let me just make it up to you and buy you a new one. And that's how they're like sliding in, which honestly, smart. Why are we stealing men's salads? Like, why can't they just come up to us at a bar? Like, why is it getting to this point? Men, just please step up or your salad's gonna be taken, your lunch is gonna get taken every week. Like, I'm seeing girls get so creative these days, like they're making bracelets with their phone numbers on them and giving them to you guys at the bars. They are taking pictures of you sneakily and then being like, hey, oh my god, making it their phone screen and then being like, hey, can you take a picture of me and my friends so you can see that your picture is their home screen. All just different ways to try to talk to you guys because you guys don't come up to us in New York City and it's crazy. Like, I know there's so many beautiful women. Like, just go up to one of them. Buy them a drink. You guys have money. You live in the city. You can buy a drink. Stop being cheapos.
Stealing a man's food. Y'all be talking about how men be putting stuff in y'all's drinks, and y'all decide to steal a man's food? Theft is what you turn to? And y'all talk about y'all worried about men? I feel like this is a new low, even for modern women.
It's so funny because hoe aesthetic beat they ass. Like, they hoe entire fucking ass. The page. I know, matter of fact, fuck that. I know a girl to this day. Shorty, it was fall time. She put on a sweater. Turned her whole backside to the camera talking about, I love this sweater. What a fucking...
I don't care what anyone says. The hip abductor is a girl machine. It's for the girls. Ah!
And a lot of y'all be acting like y'all strict with these niggas. Y'all are not. I don't know why y'all be doing that. Why do y'all do that? A nigga can't. A nigga talk to me however he want to talk to me. He does. He does. Get over there by you. And they talk to you however they want to talk, baby. They move however they want to move. And it's okay. It's all right. You know, that's just how you run your program. But don't act like y'all just be running y'all program how y'all run y'all program, because these really be running y'all. And I didn't seen it because a nigga come over there by you and think he finna come over here and do that same. Baby, no. You're done. And I be knowing like, oh yeah, she must have allowed that over there. But baby, round here, I run a tight, baby, and you're liable to get thrown overboard at any moment. Y'all don't be keeping these on their toes like y'all think y'all do. And I be seeing it. I know. But don't front. Y'all can't front with me. Okay? Because I be seeing it. I'm like, ooh, she must have just allowed you to do whatever over there. Huh. But not over here. Thank ya.
But they look at you. Why is there so many niggas here? Yes. Staring me down. Yes. Not one for the word though. Like, you're eyeing me. Like, down. You want me. I know you want me. I know you want me back. But you're just too scared to come up. I don't like that. Be a man. Be a man and come up to me and say something. Why are we just looking? Why are we just looking? Are you a girl or a boy? Let me know.
They like boys.
You're a liberal woman. Okay, this is my question to you. This isn't like an attack. I don't care about your politics. But if you're a liberal woman who is trying to do the sprinkle, are you aware that the men that you are trying to find are Republicans? Because again, I don't care what you voted for, all right? Do you fully care about who you voted for to that extent? And would you put aside what the provider man voted for? Because I worked at the club for 10 years. I know how to spot a liberal man, and I know how to spot a Republican. I can read men from across the room. I can read men across a football stadium. If you're following Shira 7, if you know anything about her, politics should not matter. You are looking for a man to pay your bills. But I do wonder if y'all know that these provider men that all these women are getting are in fact Republicans. Because the right side of the aisle is the one that does the providing. The left side of the aisle is the one that does 50-50. Either way, if you don't know how to play the game on either side, you will get played. More so on the left doing 50-50. Because again, no shade. I'm just curious if y'all know that these women who are living with men who are going on dates with provider men are in fact going on dates with Republican men. Because they're performing as some hardcore leftists on this app just for y'all to like them. And also, just so we're clear, oftentimes these Republican men will dog walk you if they find out that you're a liberal woman and you want sexual liberation freedom, because you don't know how to play the game. Because in reality, I guess Republican women are the ones that are actually playing the sugar baby provider game better than anyone. Because nothing screams leftist anti-capitalist than trying to find a rich Republican man and then trying to sell bandage dresses after making a video about a war that's not going on. The irony.
Y'all are going to continue to eat y'all self up alive. Y'all can't get on the same page. Y'all started arguing about stupid stuff, and now you're continuing to argue about stupid stuff. Men done told you we're not approaching for a plethora of reasons, and this is one of them. Y'all sitting up here trying to use men. Can you sit up here and really think about how embarrassing that is? Y'all can't even figure out how to use a man right. Y'all can't even figure out how to objectify a man right, which honestly might not be a bad thing to be completely honest with you. But y'all can't even figure out which game plan y'all want to go with. And y'all are talking about if the world was free of men, then y'all would be thriving. With y'all's mindset and y'all's ability to tear each other down, I'm not so sure.
I know this is gonna sound mean, but I just need to rant for a minute. Do ugly guys have more confidence than hot men? Because why did I go out dancing last night and the only guys with the balls to come and chat me up were 2s and 3s? And I am not saying that I'm a perfect 10, a goddess of a woman, but I would like to think that I could pull a man who's hotter than the living embodiment of a toe fungus, and yet that's who's coming and flirting with me. And so men, I need y'all to weigh in. I need attractive men specifically to weigh in. Are y'all shy? Is that what the tea is? Are you already booed up? Or are you just so fine that you don't need to approach a woman because they just automatically come up to you? I'm confused. I would like some insight. Please let me know down in the comments.
Men dream of building a family like their fathers and grandfathers built, and women dream of building a life like anything but the ones their mothers and grandmothers had. And that is such a clear disconnect.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
We need to make something very clear. As a man, I don't care if you are a personal trainer, I don't care if you are a Pilates instructor, I don't care if you are a professional athlete. You have no privilege to speak about a woman's body. You have zero right, you have zero privilege to be speaking about a woman's body, to be judging their movements, to be speaking about their metabolism, whether they have a good metabolism or a bad metabolism. You have zero right to speak about a woman's body. You know why? Because you're uneducated. You don't know. You really, at the end of the day, don't know. And I can say that with certainty because even the healthcare professionals don't know. There's not enough studying, there's not enough research on a woman's body. So to say this as nicely as possible, shut the fuck up. Unless a woman is coming to you seeking your professional advice on her body or what she needs to be doing for movement, shut the fuck up. No one asked you. You are not a woman, you are a man, and that's it, period. No privilege.
I think I sing it again.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
The inherent fact that men are evil, that is true. Like, man as a whole is evil. Like, just as an entity, a general idea. Men have inflicted violence and oppression on the world in ways that are irreparable. Like, it's okay if we say that out loud. It's okay if we say that men are inherently evil. It's not all men, but for some reason, always a man. I feel like it's a lot simpler than people may think. I don't hate my man. I hate most men. Given what men have done to me personally, to people I love, and the world as a whole, if they all start guilty and have to work their way to innocent, it's not really a big deal to me.
I wonder if she has the same beliefs when it comes to race, for example. Because racist people use the FBI crime statistics to make the same kinds of generalistic claims. But I tell you what, I'm sure there's a brain in there somewhere. So she knows that attempting to make truth claims using bias and sweeping generalizations is incredibly incoherent, which is exactly why she would never apply the same logic to black people. Even if she was to acknowledge that, yeah, I don't really believe the things that I'm saying are true. I'm just making a rhetorical statement that's meant to invoke emotion, rile people up, and make you understand me in a theatrical way. She still wouldn't make such rhetorical statements about marginalized communities. In fact, she'd probably want to add nuance to the situation. She'd say, well, you gotta look at the systemic disadvantages. You gotta take a look at the history, the historical oppression. You gotta take a look at the socioeconomic status that causes these people to be violent. But when it comes to men, there's no room for nuance. And in another life, I may even be able to give you the benefit of the doubt if it was truly even most men, except it isn't. Harmfully violent men, it's a small portion. Oppressive men in power, it's a small portion. Warmongers, it's a small portion. So yes, I'm gonna continue to push back every time you say all men, because in your own words, you really mean most men, and yet it's not even most men. They say we're gaslighting them for saying not all men, and yet they're shaming, socially castrating, and demonizing anybody that wants to call them out for their incredibly flawed and hypocritical logic. That's the greatest gaslighting tactic of all time.
Once more and again, stupidity.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Women that make hating men their whole personality really irritate me. Because if you hate men, why do you still seek validation from them? Why do you still text them? Why do you still have their babies? You get what I'm saying here? Like, it's very confusing. There was this one girl, her name is Drew, I think. Her whole entire platform that she's created, I thought she was funny in the beginning. I'm in a happy, loving relationship, and there's no reason to, like, hate men. But she made her whole platform on hating men. And women follow her and look up to her. And she has a husband. How can you hate him? How can you hate men, but you have a husband? I always think the girls that follow her and comment are like delusional because she has a husband. She does not hate men. She's tricking you guys. But anyways.
You waking up to breakfast and head in the bed. Appreciate that man. Go all out your way for that man. And what they say about that man that open up doors, buy you flowers, that's soft and sweet, that tell you that you're beautiful and how much you mean to them. Y'all don't appreciate them type. They don't care about expressing their feelings on how they feel about you. They gonna let you know that you're the most beautiful woman in the world. And they gonna show actions. Y'all might say them type are too soft or too nice. That is the type that's going to love you correctly. You're not going to have to ask that man to be a man to you. You're not going to have to ask him to love you correctly. You're not going to feel alone and by yourself. Like you don't got nobody when you're dealing with somebody. Don't hurt them men. Protect them men. Don't make them angry like the rest. Be loyal to that person. When you get that person, hold on to that person. Because they are hard to come by. That man is loving. He opened up the doors for you. He don't disrespect you. He's calm. He's not aggressive. He know how to protect you when that time needs to come. He's going to protect you. He's not going to let nobody disrespect you. That's your safe place. He's not going to judge you. He's going to uplift you, push you, and motivate you. He's not going to dog you, belittle you, or call you out your name. That is a real man right there. Y'all need to stop mistreating a man. That man came into your life to love you and give you a love that you ain't never had before. Don't take that man for granted. Don't belittle that man. Don't disrespect that man. Don't tell that man he's too nice. You better appreciate that man. Don't lose that man. That man don't even know how to cook, but he learned how to cook just for you. You waking up to breakfast and head in the bed. Appreciate that man. Go all out your way for that man. Do things that you ain't never did for nobody. Do it for that man because that man deserve it.
The secondhand embarrassment watching this. And then the look back, she looked back at this man like, are you serious? This is why we don't approach men, y'all. This is why we allow them to come to us. Because, oh my God.
And while I'm on it, I also believe that I need more homegirls. Why? Because girls grew up with brats. That explains the baddie culture today. All the trying to treat all the baddies like a Sasha. Some of us are Yasmin. But y'all wouldn't know that. Y'all wouldn't know that. The girls do. You can't talk to a Sasha like a Chloe, because Chloe respond to Chloe type. But you coming to Chloe with the Yasmin and then you wondering why she not responding. Because you not talking to Chloe like Chloe. You talking to Chloe like Sasha. Sasha is Sasha for a reason. Sasha responded different. But y'all think y'all got the game all figured out. Oh, all these the same. No, we're not, bro. No, we're not. It's always baddie shot o'clock, bro. But y'all don't even know what the baddies like to take shots of. Come on now. Riddle me to that.
Approximately 10 hours later.
All right, y'all. If I'm going to be the neighborhood homegirl and give y'all the tea, y'all got to be the neighborhood homeboys and treat women with decency and respect, regardless on if you think she fine or not. All right. Y'all didn't understand the Bratz reference. Let's talk NBA. You walk into the spot, you see Steph Curry, you see Jimmy Butler. You decide, oh, I'm going to walk up on Steph Curry so I can get his number so we can hoop one-on-one by tomorrow. You walk up on Steph, but you start talking to Steph like he is a Jimmy Butler player. Now, Steph not for you because you can't recognize that he is not a Jimmy Butler player. He is a Steph Curry player. Same thing goes for women. All women are not the same. Contrary to popular belief, we all have very unique experiences that differ from person to person. We are not the same. It don't matter if we look the same. It don't matter if we went to the same school, live in the same neighborhood. We are just different. And if you don't know how to approach us, that's fine. You don't have to. It's not law that you approach every woman that you see. And also, you can just be friends with girls. That is okay.
I see where you're coming from, but you have to understand that both of the guys play basketball. Both of the men play basketball, right? So if I walk up with something that's common, I expect you to respond. And that's going to be the starting point of the conversation. If I walk up to Steph Curry, I'm not necessarily talking to him right off the bat about handles, about 3-pointers, unless I know, hey, he shoots threes. With Steph Curry, you're going to know, hey, you shoot threes? Hey, man, how'd you get so good at shooting threes? That's going to be the end. With with Jimmy Butler, I'm probably going to say, hey, man, how'd you develop that mid-range game? You just know how to talk to him, right? Because you've been following them and observing them. Sometimes, let me move on with that. You can't walk up to Steph Curry. What confuses men is you walk up to Steph Curry and say, how did you develop such a good three-point shooting game? And he turns around and looks at you and like, what are you talking about? You shoot threes. You're the all-time leading 3-point shooter. That's not what defines me. I'm more than that. No, I know. I was just saying, that was just the beginning of the conversation. I know I want to find more about you, but this is what I know about you. I'm trying to come at you with what I know. I know you shoot threes, so I'm trying to come at you with the three. Like, you shoot threes, right? You do that, right? I saw your stats. Just get out of my face. Don't talk to me. You don't know anything about basketball. I don't. That's why I was starting with threes. I was hoping that we could have a conversation about threes, and you get dismissed from the presence, right? So I do understand your point about, yeah, you need to understand and come at a woman the right way. But if this woman, if she don't want to, let me go on a little bit further to complete the point. If you walk away and it's like, what was that about? Man, Steph Curry really gave it to me. And then somebody else comes up from behind you, like, say it's Stephen A. Smith, and says, man, you know what? You got to tell me how you shoot those threes, brother. How did you develop that game? And Steph says, yeah, man, let me show you. Let me pull you off to the side and let's start shooting threes, right, man? Let's get out of here and go to the gym right now. I can show you. You're going to turn around and like, I just asked him about threes. He act like I approached him wrong. I just asked him about a part of his game that everybody knows, and he acted like I insulted him. But when Stephen A. came up to him, then he acted like, yeah, let's go right now, and I can show you, do a think piece on on my game on threes. That's the analogy of, well, you got a Chad and a Tyrone and a regular average man. When a regular average man that you don't deem attractive approaches you, just like a Chad or a Tyrone would, hey, how you doing? You're really pretty. I saw you from across the way. I'd like to get to know you. My name is James. What's your name? Bridge troll, get away from me. What the heck? Why are you even over in my face? But when Chad or Tyrone comes and gives you the same line, oh yes, Oh yeah, come on. And I've got my friend. You got a friend over there? We've got friends. You got friends. Let's hang out. Hey, let's get out of here. Does that make sense? So what you're saying makes a lot of sense, and I appreciate you for saying that. But when men try to get in with what they know, with the commonality, sometimes what the complaint is, at least, is a lot of times you have women saying, you're a creep, get away from me. But then when a man that they actually think is attractive does the exact same thing, the exact same end, then all of a sudden it's romantic. He's Prince Charming. He did everything right. Fantastic approach.
I was at the skate park the other day just looking for a laugh, so I asked this guy who was about 4 feet away what it was like to be a man. And he looked me dead in the eye and said, well, I don't have an oval menstruation. And I looked back and said, neither do I. And then he proceeded to tell me all about his current stressors, his living situation or lack thereof, his job situation or lack thereof, his family dynamics, and legal issues that he was currently working through. All without asking me a single question or for any input. I quickly realized that he mistook my presence for permission, and he was not looking for genuine connection, but a place to emotionally land. Although I initiated the conversation, I stuck around for way too long, and it was necessary for me to emotionally cleanse after that interaction. So let me ask you, the next time you are giving your time and attention to someone who is not seeking genuine connection, but is using you for emotional safety, how will you respond?
I mean, maybe I'm not understanding what's going on here. You ask the man a question, a very open-ended question, one that would require a long response, a detailed response, one that's very complex, one that would require somebody to think about what their experiences have been. She's talking about she was rollerblading or skating, and she's just skated next to him and said, hey, what's it like to be a man? Thinking it's going to be a funny exchange and interaction. Why would you think that? Why would you be skating asking people deep philosophical questions that require complex answers? And then when the man gave you the answer, you come online and shame the man. Well, he didn't even ask me about what it's like to be a woman. The man was skating. He was minding his business. He wasn't worried about what was going on. He was just minding his business. There are a lot of women that will get on here and say, I don't owe a man my time. I don't owe a man my energy. I don't owe him nothing. He's not entitled to anything. Don't come up to me. Don't approach me. You approach a man asking him to engage with you. The man gives you the answer. Then you mad at him for going on a 20-30 minute tangent. If I asked a woman, especially a woman, let's say at 20-25 years old, what's it like to be a woman? I'm expecting a pretty long answer. I'm expecting me to sit there for about 10 to 15 minutes at least with a wow, really? For about 10 to 15 minutes, me not asking anything, and her to just dump, her to just say what she's gone through, the experiences, good experiences, bad experiences. In all honesty, I'm expecting her for the first probably 10, 15 minutes to just dump emotionally on me about what's been going wrong, what she's been having to fight through, how her parents did her wrong, how everybody's done her wrong, whatever it is. And then at the end of it, I'm expecting her to be like, but you know, it's not all bad. I do this, I'm able to do this. After I got all through that, I was able to do, and like the good balanced stuff starts to come out. Because they're looking for a connection. They're looking for somebody to say, you see me in my troubles. You see me in my issues. You see that I have something to say. I'm important to somebody. That's probably what he felt like when you rolled up to him, when you skated up to him and said, what is it like to be a man? He thought you actually wanted to know his experience, but apparently you didn't. If there was something that you wanted him to talk about or you wanted to ask him, maybe instead of skating up there and asking that question, you should have framed it in a different way. Or you could have butted in and said, okay, wow, you got a lot going on there. Well, tell me about this, to be able to direct the conversation. Reporters and journalists do it all the time. If you wanted to have some of that man's time, which you ask for, sitting up in the comments talking about, I was just an emotional landing pad. A common experience for women because we care a lot, but as strangers, stressors aren't our responsibility to carry. If you didn't want to carry no stressors, you didn't have to come up in his face. You didn't have to be there. We're a common landing spot. The man was literally skating, minding his business. I don't get it. I don't get it. You asked a rather triggering question and he answered it. I think honestly and truly, not to disrespect you, but this is a very loser mentality. This is loser behavior, to be honest with you. Why would you just leave him alone? If you're going to come online and shame him and try to big yourself up like, oh, look at me, look what I did. And then when I went out there and I did this, he took my kindness for weakness. How dare him? If I go on the street and somebody out on the street is laying out on the street and they're hungry and I hand them $100 bill, I'm not going to ask them for change. They're laying out on the street because they're struggling. They're hungry. Why would they give me change back? I don't have any money. You give me 100. Why would I give it to you? I'm going to use all of it. I shouldn't expect it back. I'm not going to ask for it back because I know their situation. I know what they're going to be up to. I know, by the way, if you're so in tune with people, I know that they're going to have something that they're going through. And they're probably, if I'm emotionally intelligent, they're probably going to have something that they want to talk to somebody about and they haven't been able to talk to them about it. Period. You're talking about how you have all this intelligence, trying to make it seem like, well, I was this and I was this and I was emotional safe space. The man gave you his emotions. He literally gave you his emotions and you made it about you. He literally gave you his emotions. He was vulnerable with you. And you literally said, I don't want these. Why would you give me these? 'Cause you silly goose.